hospital. Every time he would go to the hospital, he would say COVID. It's been rumored that he was sick. And like I say, me, I put my trust in people too much. I knew you was dealing with a female or whatever, but you were dealing with me also, and it was kind of like a side chick like type thing. Right?
You were the side chick.
I was the side chick. Okay. Maybe I can take accountability, maybe 5%, for this.
What's the 5% you taking accountability for?
Let's get into it, Vonnie. How are you?
I'm fine.
How you feeling?
I'm fine.
Great, love to hear it.
Well, we here at Toasties been praying really hard for you, and you are so brave, and we really look up to what you have going on, and we're proud of you.
Thank you.
Woman to woman, I know I am.
Thank you. I know it brought a lot of awareness to the whole city. Like it shook the whole city up. Like
it shook it up.
It's like a prime example of everything that look good ain't good. Like she beautiful, she pretty, but in the inside, the same thing as with men. But yeah, I came out with my status via frustration of Michael. Michael infected me with HIV in 2023 of March.
2 years ago?
He's been, since I've been knowing him, backwards and forward, in and out of the hospital. Every time he would go to the hospital, he would say COVID. And with COVID, what that mean? No visitors, right? So I never could tell.
In 2023, was still no visitors with COVID?
Well, my mama did have COVID, so it was no visitor unless you dressed up in that suit or whatever. But me knowing that, he went to the hospital in 2024, but I'm gonna get back to that, all that with y'all. But like it's been rumored that he was sick. And like I say, me, I put my trust in people too much. Like, I really do. And maybe I should have took precautions. And like I tell everybody, like, maybe I can take accountability, maybe 5%, for this, but it doesn't still give you the right to give me HIV if you know that you have been diagnosed since 2017,
Okay. Let's just pause this real quick for her to say, I really do sympathize with people who get diseases that, that are incurable. But to only say that she should take 5% of the blame, that's horrible. That's bad that you only feel like 5% is your fault, ma'am. So you're trying to say 95% is the guy's fault when it takes two to tango. Let's go and continue, y'all.
That you're not keeping up with your health. You're not taking your meds. You in and out of the hospital. You only let them treat you for so long. So, like, as I'm laying down thinking about everything and, like, really, like, putting the pieces together, like, everything really falling in place together. So you've been knew you had this. You've been knew the outcome, the effects. You've been knew when your detection ain't never go away because you never did treatment. Because if you did treatment way in 2017, you wouldn't be here in 2025, right?
What's the 5% you taking accountability for?
That I should have used protection when I was hearing the rumors, right? I should have still never put my trust into somebody and it's like people talk about everybody, right? So I'm just not thinking, he never gave me a reason to feel like, oh, he's so nasty. So like he gave me like a nasty BV, bacteria vaginosis. Like he never gave me nothing via like my vagina to make me feel like, oh, I need to go get checked or whatever. But I could open up my phone and show you what I kept asking him.
Was love that?
Hold on. If you were asking this man, you should have went to a clinic. Y'all should have went together just to clear it up. If he really cared about you, if he appreciated you, he would have went with you at that moment. Y'all could have got checked together. You would have cleared it all up. See, when you avoid the signs and then now it gets to this point and you blame him 100%, 5% is not enough. This is a 50-50 situation. I'm gonna be honest. And don't get me wrong, on the guy's side, yes, he's wrong for hiding it and still messing with you. He's diabolical for that. But at the same time, man, I think with women, y'all can't just put y'all trust in any and everybody. You have to move with a lot more discernment because, like I said, y'all being the sex that if y'all get pregnant, you got a 9-month waiting period. You have to really be selective of who you laying down with and who you choosing to be possibly your potential child's father. Let's continue.
Before sex?
It was more like my friend.
Before the sex?
Mm-hmm.
So could you say you was trusting in him because
I was
of the love,
him.
because you was in love with him and whatever? Because I know like some women, Like whatever you got, I got. I live under the bridge with you. That's how much I
Yeah,
love
like
you. So was it that?
I stay in a car with you and we be homeless together. You know, it was more of like that. And like I
Well, you
said,
chose it.
if I would have took precautions, so maybe I wouldn't be here or whatever. But I'm not gonna fault myself. That still don't give, like, you should have took more precautions and knowing that you had it to keep it from spreading. With me versus and with other women also. But I just feel like we had a deal, like, and you broke the deal and I exploded. You know.
So what was the deal?
Right, before we get into the deal though, how do you know he was diagnosed in 2017 or since 2017?
Because it was rumored in 2018 that he was in the hospital at university on the AIDS and HIV floor because a mutual friend had a family member working dietary.
But at the time you were living in Houston?
Yeah, we wasn't really together. It's kind of like I was here. I moved to Houston at 21 for Hurricane Ida when my house got destroyed, total loss. My grandmother died late December 2021 or whatever. That's around the time he went. I mean, like 2021, I still was in Houston, but I come back late 2022, you know, to move in my grandmother's house to stay because ain't nobody was staying in the house. And, you know, all my work was basically down here. So I found myself traveling backwards and forth from Katy to down here. It didn't make no sense to me because at this point, you're just hustling to survive. Why? Your money in Louisiana, so just go back home or whatever. So I'm like, I'm going back in my grandmother's house. He was the easiest, like, accessible person for me. Like, we always conversated throughout, like, our career and stuff like that.
I will say convenience will keep a lot of people in situations. Like she just said, he was the one that marked her. So I'll say this, man. Granted, yes, he messed up by giving it to you, but I mean, I know a lot of people that stay together through these HIV situations. He probably might be the best one for you to stay with, even though he is diabolical. But I mean, it's better possibly that than you know, dealing with some. I mean, you probably could find another HIV partner, but yeah, a lot of people stay together through convenience sometimes.
He just was a shoulder to cry on and a D to ride on.
Well, I love how you got into it. You got straight into it. But
The D to ride on part, bro. I'll tell you, sex will keep a lot of these women in situations that they probably don't need to be in.
back up a little bit. How did y'all meet and when did y'all meet?
We met via music.
He was your manager, producer?
No, he was
what?
my producer.
Okay.
We met via another bounce artist, introducing us to his world. Like, it was a different sound for us. And, you know, I just started working with him. Like, if you looked at some of the podcasts or whatever they got on, I was paying you $350 to $400 for music. You know, you was my producer. We started friends, started getting intimate. I didn't no longer have to pay for music, right? So it's like we're kind of like in a relationship or whatever, which I knew you was dealing with a female or whatever, but you were dealing with me also, and it was kind of like a side chick like type thing. Right?
You were the side chick?
I was the side chick, okay. Right? So that's who the side chick song is for, Michael, that I made. Okay.
So this woman was a side chick too, ma'am. You was already in something that you probably shouldn't have been in. Just being honest, like you was already spreading some stuff. You was playing a dangerous game.
And it was like kind of like that. But as I'm putting the pieces together, right, the same chick you was going with, I drove with you to Texas because now I'm thinking that this girl may have found out that she was infected. Me and you driving, there was a big old altercation with them and stuff like that. But still at this time, you're not telling me what y'all fighting for, but as I'm laying down putting all this together, I'm thinking like this may be what happened with y'all or whatever. Fast forward to 22, right? 22, I'm packing up, I'm coming home. I come back home in like November of 2022. My Cal go back in the hospital of December 2022. That's when his feet swollen. When I put that picture up there of his feet, yeah, that's when his feet started swelling. And then he keeps telling me it's COVID or whatever. So, all right, 2023, I'm with my Cal, right? But me and my Cal, I'm going to Eggard at the time he leaving from the hospital.
He's from Eggard.
Yeah, but I'm going to his home and stuff. He still come and pick me up. We sexually active. We staying together. We sleeping together every night.
Oh my
knowing
goodness.
that you had this and you exposed me to it. So when you exposed me to it late 2022, my body started reacting to the virus in February of 2023.
What type of reaction?
like kind of like flu symptoms. Like, I started feeling like strep throat. Like my fever, I had a fever 126. Like my body was so high.
126, man. You possibly was having a stroke. Also, at those temperatures, like your brain is like melting at that point or frying because your body temperature is so high. This is a sad story, man. I hate hearing people get these type of autoimmune conditions because, you can't get rid of it, and the body's just attacking itself. But we just gotta have more awareness. Let's continue listening to her story.
My mouth looked like, what made me go to the doctor? Well, I was like vomiting, throwing up, and I'm talking about like he trying to nurture me, like he trying to orange juice and NyQuil and Dayquil and how you doing, and you trying to keep me from going to the doctor, but now my body getting so bad. Like I lost my appendix, had to have my appendix removed and my gallbladder at the time of being diagnosed because the pain, like what they thought was that, it was the HIV attacking me. So I felt like
you hadn't been tested?
I had been tested in July 2022. Well, I could show you like our text messages or whatever from me asking him. It's when it just started getting bad because now you in and out the hospital and people really saying, oh, he's sick, he's sick, he's
When they
sick.
removed your appendix, was you tested?
They tested me in the emergency room.
And it came back negative?
It came back positive in the emergency room.
And they still remove your appendix?
I had to go through surgery. They removed my appendix and my gallbladder from this disease or whatever. Hold on, let me get to these messages.
So they knew it was the disease and that's why they removed the appendix?
No, they had to test me because I have a chart right here that shows like from 2009 all the way to 22 negative results. So we in like maybe,
this is
I want to
crazy.
see, we're in December of 2022 going into 2023, right? My annual isn't until July, so I don't have a 23 result posted. All I have is from March going into the ER. The urgent care, they transported me to the ER. And that's when the man came tested me and told me that, he asked me, what's my partner? Did he have, they asked me, was I gay? I'm like, no. He like, well, is your partner gay? Do he instantly, before he could even finish saying what he's saying, I know what you're about to tell me. Because there's no reason for you to be asking those kind of questions. So I'm like, sir, you about to tell me I got HIV or AIDS? And then I just broke down because I'm in here by myself. I'm in here by myself, right? And then I broke down so bad, and I'm like, sir,
Some BBL action going on back
keep
there.
doing it. And the man felt so bad, girl. Like he felt bad. Cause he went through my history, and he said, he said, you're a victim. He said, because you never had no STDs or STIs that we could be like, oh, she have a history of STDs and stuff like that.
Okay. We can't just, I like I said, tragedy, but at the same time, for the doctor to just say you a victim, it take two to tango. You know what I'm saying? Just to say somebody's a victim because they had sex with someone who had HIV, that don't make you a victim. That still make you a willing participant. Because you can have more discernment on how you enter the act of sex. Like I said, y'all can get tested together. You can just do protection every single time. Y'all go into it a lot more serious to where y'all actually know what y'all want out of the situation. So it's not just a fling. You was a side chick, so you gotta understand the game that you was playing at the same time. And for the doctor to reinforce that behavior, that's crazy.
Like, mister, just do it one more time. I'm in the emergency room. They did a rapid. Now I'm upstairs. I'm in the back waiting for a room to go to surgery to have my appendix and gallbladder moved. The man come back and see me. And I'm like, sir, did you do it again? He like, I did it again. He said, come back. He said, you have it. And he was like, the man started crying. The doctor started crying. And I'm like, just do it one more time, just please. Because now I'm trying to process this a life that I never wanted, This something, you see it all around you, but I never thought it could be me, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna do it one more time, but let's just see if it's 1, 2, or is it AIDS, So he tested me. He come back, he come talk to me. He was like, it's not the end of the world. He said, he trying to put in my head. Like you said about the diabetes, he like, think of it as sugar diabetes. You have to drink and take a shot every day, you know, in order to stay healthy from that. So I'm like, sir, there's nothing you can tell me to make me feel better about having this, right? And like I said, I've been asking Michael denied it. He denied the fact that he had it or whatever, so
Wow.
I wait. I know I'm in the hospital for like 7 days now because they're trying to get me under control. And, you know, I meet the infectious disease doctor who I see now. And I thank God for her because she really has been protecting me and shielding me. So I explained to her who I was, and I'm a public figure. You know, I can't be seen here or whatever. And she
Can't be seen here, ma'am. You already chose that decision. You already chose that life. It don't matter at that point. You gotta embrace it. Whatever time period that you are in, you have to dive into it. It is what it is. It's health first. It's not about your image. And that's why us as people, we got to make better decisions a lot of the time, and we got to really think about the consequences. Sometimes things just feel really good. Oh, I want to dive in raw. I want to have all this good. But we do have to think about the consequences that can happen for sure.
She had the medicine delivered to my house. She had virtual appointments. You know, the only time I would have to go in to see her is if I had like a sore or something. But it's like when I told him I was infected, you know, I'm like, you don't got nothing you want to tell me, you don't got nothing you want to talk about. He like, no. And when I tell him that, I'm like, why you feel like you had to give me HIV?
Take us back to, you had heard the rumors. You asked him about it.
And this is me also asking him about it, so.
The rumors.
Yeah.
And he denied the rumors, right?
Like, read the messages. Like, this is the.
So, you the blue, right?
I'm the blue. This is me. This is in 2022 before 23 even come, right?
Okay. She said, I go every year. I be scared to death. I gotta go sometime, but I don't play like that either. He said, exactly, babe. Don't worry, you are definitely safe over here. She said, she responded, bitch, we better or you gonna die. He said, LOL, no nigga don't play.
And
She
this
said,
is from,
ain't nobody digging in this ass but Michael. And when I fuck, we use condoms. Pussy be dry like a desert.
And I'm trying to say when I do have sex with another person, I use a condom, right? So I know who to go to tell what they gave to me because it's no.
And this is 22.
This is in 22. Yeah, this is in.
Hold on, so you messing with other people as well? This is messy. This is like slightly messy because this wasn't even a situation where you was a side chick. You was a side chick and you also had multiple partners. That's hella dangerous. What are we talking about right now?
22 before he go back to the hospital in 20. Remember I told you in the hospital in 2022. That's when his feet get swollen. So we still messing around. This is the rumors I'm ignoring, but I'm steady keep asking you like verbally, you know, even in text message, via text message and stuff like that. So he's steady lying to me.
And those, like the messages that I seen here and online, is like you speaking to him about having it. And the conversation further, the responses is basically letting us know that he know you have it. So if you have it, wouldn't that mean he have it?
Not those messages. She
No,
was saying
these
she
are the
don't have it.
messages before I even get
That's 22.
diagnosed. This is 22.
Okay.
This is when he goes
She
to the
showing
So that
him
test
it's
was negative.
This test
Yeah.
was negative.
Okay.
See, my test is negative. This is in 22. I got diagnosed March of 2023, but I'm showing him as I'm hearing the rumors that I go to the doctor every year, right? And I just went to the doctor in July of 22. You remember when I told you I couldn't get a negative for July 2023
Right,
because
right.
I got diagnosed in 23 of March through the emergency.
So you gave him a lot of time and
I
opportunity.
gave him a lot of so much time to even come and be clean, like.
Yeah.
You know, I got this such and such gave it to me, this is what happened
That's
because
crazy.
I'm showing you my results for 2021 that say rapid testing negative, non-reactive to HIV 1 and 2 antibodies.
Right.
So I couldn't have had it at that time because if I did, it would have came up some kind of way or whatever. Even if it would have been like a negative, they could have counted my T cells to see if those cells were climbing and climbing and climbing, right? They won't know why those cells are climbing. So I just feel like, you knew what you was doing, and it's like maybe he was on treatment to keep his viral load so low or maybe non-detectable, like I am right now, so where the virus can't be transmitted. Maybe he was on and off treatment to where it wasn't detectable for no one at the time, right? So if you're a person that's not sick and when something comes into your body, say for instance, like COVID was taking a toll and killing people or whatever, you know, off of just the virus, just period, just entering your body and just tearing up everything. Like my body never had I suffer with bronchitis. That's the only thing. I have asthma pumps. I never had no underlying hard issue where I'm gotta pop pills and all this. Now every day I have to take a pill to stay alive, you know, or to even keep my viral loads to stay healthy or whatever. But like he knew he had this. His family knew it too. They in shambles right now. They in shambles, so they knew he had this. Like even in my phone.
How does so many people knew it but you? I hate to keep beating a dead horse. I'm probably gonna end this soon, but the lack of accountability is crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, we sympathize for sure when people get situations like this, but at the same time, we as people have to make better decisions. That's the best way, shape, or form I can, preach about this, is that we just got to make better decisions. Everything that glitz ain't glamorous. You feel what I'm saying? Or everything that glitter ain't gold. So we just got to make better decisions, man. That's really the best way I can put it.
Oh, I can show you where he telling me like he have did. The people telling him he ain't supposed to be here, but you said it lying to me, saying that it's COVID and it's not COVID. Like it's deeper than COVID. Let me go to my favorites because I made sure I put everything in there for y'all. But
and you know what's sad too? You already know, and of course in this situation, it's probably not the right setting, but these women can't even say like, hey man, you should have took more accountability. They ain't gonna do it, but this ain't that type of session. But ultimately, yes, I would have took a moment to say like, hey, this is why we do need to make better decisions, and to kind of preach what we need to do. But they didn't really hold her accountable at all in this situation, for about the 5%, And I know by them asking that question, they probably tried to lean towards that, but they didn't dive all the way. They should have been like, I think us as people, this is more of a 50-50 thing. If you have sex with him, he have sex with you, you could have forced him to get that test with you and stop the buns being given out, but you didn't. So I think that's ultimately where everything should have ended itself at. Y'all, I think I'm gonna leave it right here, y'all. Y'all can check out this thing in its entirety, but I thought her saying that 5% was crazy. I appreciate anybody who checked out this video, who even still here at this point. I definitely appreciate y'all, whatever time of day it is. I hope y'all having a great day. Make sure y'all comment on this video. This is JayBReacts, y'all, and until next time, peace.